Brisbane International WTA Roundup. Amanda Anisimova continues imperious form as Jessica Pegula squeezes through tight matchup. Amanda Anisimova has shown no rust after winning her first match of 2026, defeating Kimberly Birrell 6-1, 6-3, one of two top Americans to win in the Brisbane International. The two-time Grand Slam finalist goes into the current campaign as the world number 3, a new career high ranking. Now the new American number 1, she is looking to cement this with a positive showing in Australia as she does not have many ranking points to defend. The first set was completely dominated by the two-time WTA 1000 winner. She went 3-0 ahead before missing a chance to take a second break as the Aussie got a first game on the board. Anisimova lost just 2 points in the final 3 games to move her closer to the next round. She began the second set with a break, but it was not going to be as straightforward. Birrell broke back to make it 3-3, but this was extinguished as Anisimova dented the Aussie fans' hopes by retaking her advantage. She would win the next 2 games to seal her spot in the next round. Before this, Jessica Pegula had got the job done. She has had a knack of making matches very tough for herself in recent time, with a lot of them going to 3 sets. This pattern showed itself once more as she fended off Anna Kalinskaya 6-2, 2-6, 6-4. It was a comfortable first set showing from the American, breaking on her 4th opportunity before leaving it late to clinch another one and seal up the set. The roles would be reversed in the next set. It was the Russian who raced into a hefty advantage, sailing into a 5-1 lead before holding on her serve to force a decider. After breaks were traded at the start, Kalinskaya looked like she had the upper hand. However, Pegula showed off her trademark fighting style as he got on level terms before producing some quality to win a 4th game in a row to send her through to the last 16. Pegula could have had a tricky opponent in the form of Leylah Fernandez, but the Canadian failed to progress against Diana Yastremska, resoundingly defeated 6-1, 6-2. The Ukrainian was not letting Fernandez get anything. Even in the second set when Fernandez clinched a brace of games, she had to survive 5 break points in total. Yastremska won 4 games on the bounce to seal a big victory against an opponent looking to continue from the positive end of 2025. Clara Tauson was also someone looking to continue her rise up the rankings. This will not come in Brisbane after she suffered a surprise defeat against Belarusian qualifier Alexandra Sasnovich 6-2, 6-3. Sasnovich had 5 set points before eventually clinching the first set before winning the final 4 games of the match in another disappointing result for Tauson. No such issues for Mira Andreeva, who disposed of Olivia Gadecki 4-6, 6-1, 6-2, while fellow Russian Ludmila Samsonova fended off 17-year-old Aussie talent Emerson Jones 6-4, 6-1. Linda Noskova and Magdalena Freck played out a thriller, but the talented Czech was able to prevail 6-7, 5, 6-4, 6-4. Another Ukrainian will advance with Marta Kostuk winning over Yulia Putintseva 6-7, 5, 6-1, 6-0. Brisbane International WTA Roundup. Anisimova's authority and Pegula's grit ignite early 2026 momentum. By the time the January sun dips behind the Queensland skyline and the lights blaze to life over the hard courts of the Queensland Tennis Centre, the Brisbane International has already begun writing the early chapters of the 2026 WTA season. In an edited prelude to an Australian summer built for spectacle, the tournament's opening days have delivered precisely what tennis fans crave: commanding performances from established stars, gritty battles of will, and the first glimpses of narratives ready to unfold as the tour's rhythm restarts. At the center of the action are 2 contrasting American protagonists: Amanda Anisimova, whose early flourishing form suggests her arrival as a major force this year, and Jessica Pegula, whose resilient, edge-of-your-seat victory epitomizes the warrior spirit of elite competition. Their stories in Brisbane are emblematic of a tour in flux, where rising ambitions meet the unforgiving realities of elite sport. TennisUpToDate.com+1. Anisimova, swift, sure, and steadily ascendant. From the moment Amanda Anisimova stepped onto the Brisbane courts for her 2026 campaign, she carried more than a racket, she carried momentum. The 22-year-old American, fresh off achieving a career-high world #3 ranking, announced her intent emphatically in her opening match against local hopeful Kimberly Birrell, dispatching her 6-1, 6-3 in a masterclass of clean striking and tactical clarity. TennisUpToDate.com. What was striking, beyond the scoreline, was the way Anisimova dictated play with a poise that belied it being her first competitive outing of the season. She raced to a 3-0 lead in the opening set, crafting opportunities with deep, penetrating ground strokes and rarely offering Birrell a foothold. Even when resistance flickered, notably in the second set, when Birrell seized an early break to level at 3-3, Anisimova's composure never faltered. She clawed back immediately, seizing momentum and pace and converting 2 of the next 3 games to seal her progress. It was a performance marked by precision, short of flashy theatrics, but entirely ruthless. The statistics paint the picture of a player in control, hungry to build confidence and ready to stake a claim as one of the chief contenders on tour this year. TennisUpToDate.com. Yet, beyond the numbers and the easy dominance, this match hinted at something deeper, a player shaped by experience, carrying the lessons of past runs deep into Grand Slams and top flights of competition. Anisimova's path has not always been linear. Doubts, injuries, and the pressure cooker of expectations have shadowed her progress, yet what we witness now is a version perhaps more resilient and focused than ever. In Brisbane, Anisimova doesn't simply exhibit form, she radiates a quiet assurance that she belongs among the elite, an impression only magnified as she now prepares to meet Marta Kostyuk in the next round, a contest that promises both tactical intrigue and another test of her early season supremacy. Tennis majors. Pegula's thrilling tussle, 3 sets of thrills. If Anisimova's performance exemplified dominance, Jessica Pegula's was the very definition of tenacity. Pegula, ranked comfortably inside the world's top 10 and known for her stoic baseline game and unflappable temperament, found herself in a much tougher contest than that faced by her compatriot. Opposing her was the tricky Anna Kalinskaya, a Russian player adept at disrupting rhythm and forcing errors with varied pace and angles. The match ebbed and flowed like a tide in slow motion. Pegula took the first set 6-2 in a display of precision and calm, serving well, constructing points patiently, and keeping Kalinskaya on the back foot. But in the second set, the momentum shifted dramatically, with Kalinskaya unleashing an aggressive spell that carried her to a 6-2 set win, forcing Pegula to recalibrate. Tennis Live. The decider was a study in mental fortitude.